So the match finishes. Crap West Ham 1, slightly less crap Forest 2. Welcome to the player rating. Hi guys, hope you're doing well and welcome to the player ratings where Forest, I'm going to say Scumbag a win. I think a draw was probably a fair result, but that was a real bum fight. Do I really care right now? No, we got the 3 points. Let's get the happy clappery bit out of the way now. The 3 points is all that mattered. It was a stinking performance from absolutely everyone barring Williams and Dominguez and maybe Murillo despite his own goal. The rest of them, clowns, absolute clowns. But West Ham have a clown in their dugout, and that clown celebrated when they went 2-0 up. Run down the pitch thinking he was Mourinho, and then 5 seconds later, from 2-0, it went 1-0. I can't lie. That bit was my favorite bit of the match. That just, it cleaned the heart out nicely. You know what I'm saying? That hit here. That hit here nicely. I don't know how it felt for you, but if it felt good, make sure you've hit the like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. Make sure you check out OK Jerseys. Scan this QR code. You can get your shirts for £15. Use code FFTV for 8% more off. Always go one size up is my recommendation. I love this kit. I do love this kit. Anyway, let's get into the game. We started okay. I thought we started probably the better team until Hutchinson decided he wanted to do a Gibbs-White. Instead of just clearing it, he decided he wanted to do a Cruyff turn, ends up basically giving them a corner, and then Murillo diving header, well, it wasn't diving, but absolutely nails it in. And then the heads just dropped. It didn't feel like we were going to score. There was a good shot, by the way, before they scored from Nico Williams. Again, brilliant performance from Nico Williams, which brought out an outstanding save from the keeper. And the only other significance that Forest did in that first half was a Hudson-Odoi, one of those cut in, hit the crossbar. It just never looked like it was going in. But I thought Forest applied themselves pretty poorly at the start of the second half. To be honest, when West Ham scored their second goal, that's when Forest woke up. That's when they suddenly realized we are here playing West Ham, who just lost 3-0 to Wolves, who doubled Wolves' points. And finally, they took a little bit of pride in this badge and realized to stop clowning around. We finally score from a corner. Anderson takes the corner. If you watch Dominguez's movement for the corner, who was outstanding today, by the way, just watch how he floated into the goal line around the player, got himself that space, and just flicks it up loopy into the back of the net, which was a fantastic header. It then felt like the game was going to peter out to a 1-1 draw. And then from a set piece, Forest decide, you know what? We're gonna get a VAR decision. I did not expect him to give that penalty. Now, I think it's a stone cold Steve Austin penalty. No ifs, no buts, no maybes about it. Areola punches him in the face. It's a penalty. At no point, I don't know how you guys felt, but at no point did I feel that the ref was going to be sent to the monitor. And then when he was sent to the monitor, I was like, this is going to be one of them ones where he doesn't actually give it. And then he gives it. And then I see Gibbs-White lining up on it. And I'm thinking Sturm Graz all over again. Gibbs-White then goes down the middle. Areola, just about dives out of the way of it. It's just crazy. Just picked up a beautiful Bohemian shirt at OK Jerseys. It has got everything using, man. They've even got hoodies now and jackets and stuff. So go check it out. So yeah, we go 2-1 up. And then you got to feel like you do as a Forest fan, aren't you? You're like, well, they're going to get at least 6-7 minutes of injury time. Tick, they got 7 minutes. And you're like, and they're going to score. And they're going to score. But you know what? I thought we defended quite well in those last 7 minutes. We held the ball upright. Again, Nico Williams in injury time was absolutely fantastic. He was brilliant in that second half. Bought a free kick, did a somersault roll, did what he had to do. It was brilliant. And the whole thing, back to reality, we are absolutely crap. it just so happened that West Ham, they almost lost belief when they scored that second goal. And you could see the fear in them. You could see the fear in them. So, look, I don't care. I don't care right now. I'd sack Dyche tonight. The tactics were criminal in that first half. Absolutely criminal. He is clueless as a Premier League manager. He has no idea what he's doing. Still didn't make subs. He brought him backward for Hutchinson at halftime. Backward had an absolute stinker of a half. He was appalling. Absolutely appalling. And then he got stinker and hooked for Morato, which I think was the right sub. But in between that, man, bring Douglas Luiz on. Take some control of the game. No. His iPhone, he must have forgot. His iWatch, he forgot to charge it clearly because I didn't see him looking at it. So Nuno is about to break a record. He's going to be the first manager in history who got sacked in the Forest versus West Ham game and then gets sacked again in the other dugout for the Forest versus West Ham game. So Nuno, hold that. Yeah, go and manage Fulham when we take Marco Silva, and that way you can be with your boyfriend Adama Traore. No one will need him to buy him for you, Nuno, because he will already be there. So there's your solution, Nuno. Nice and easy. So hold that, Nuno. Go practice your Mourinho celebration down the line again. Hilarious to see. So hold that, Nuno. Let's get into the player ratings. Whew. This team, guys, is just so stressful. It really is. I feel like I've aged from 24 years old to at least 25 years old. Lawless is retired from YouTube with the media effect. Look, I love Lawless. Me and Lawless, we are proper mates and we get on really well. I don't want to see him in the championship. I really don't. I love Lawless, man. I love Jace as well. Like, they're my boys, man. But you know what? Football over friendship right now, man. I can't lie. Football over friendship. Oh, God. You know what? This kind of changes the whole outlook as well, guys. We're now 1 point behind Leeds and 2 points behind Boring Mouth. Problem is, we've got Arsenal next. Anyway, let's get into it. Sells. The only complaint I had about Sells is I still would like to see him on corners come off his line. And I would love to see him dominate the box on corners. I actually think that's where his biggest weakness is. If he comes out for that corner a bit and demands the respect of the players on there, as in, you know, puts himself about it, because he's a big guy. But he just sticks on that goal line for dead balls. And it's something that's, it's so easy. It's easy to see just by watching it week in, week out. Just come off your line, demand the ball, man. Demand the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his biggest flaw. But outside of that, I don't think, look, he made a nice double save. Milenkovic, stinker, on the double save bit for the second one. Sells did his Sells thing. I thought Sells was pretty much back to where you want him. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10. Let's see what you guys did. You guys went 6.7. I think that's a little low. I think 7's like the minimum for Sells. Sorry, I just want a quick drink. While I'm drinking, please make sure you hit the like button. With 3 subscribers off 35,250. So if 3 of you want to subscribe right now, cheers. As well, let's just catch up on the super chats before we move to Aina. Big up my guy Jetster with the £5. He goes, the Forest fans singing "We're on the piss" with Nuno was just fabulous. Remember when they did that with Cooper as well when we were away to Leicester? Thank you so much, bro. Love you for the £5. Big up to Tom with the £4.99. He says, does Sean not realize he's allowed to make subs? No, not unless his watch tells him. He's got, you know, one of these watches, the old freaking iWatch or smartwatches, whatever they're called. That runs his life. Thank you for the £4.99. You're bang on, man. He's an absolute joke of a manager. Okay, let's move on and talk about Ola Aina. I thought a better performance from him today. Still nowhere near back to his best. It was better, but I wouldn't say good. In general, it was okay. My biggest gripe about the whole team today was the passing was horrific across the board, horrific. But he did his thing. He was a little ring rusty, you would say, but better than he was against Villa. I would expect to see mark improvement and then, quick improvement over the next week or two. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. I'll give him a 6 out of 10 today. He was up against Somerville, who I think is a decent player, by the way. Big up to Trev becoming a member. Shout out to you, Trev. Much love. Thank you for joining. You can see the goals as a member. Let's see what you guys gave him. I think slightly higher, 6.1 from you guys for Ola Einar. Okay. So what the hell are they doing? Sorry. Let's move on to Milenkovic. I thought Milenkovic had a very poor game. I think Milenkovic is lacking in confidence, guys. If I'm being honest with you, I just think he's lacking in confidence. And that one, and his football IQ has dropped a couple of percentage points. I don't understand why he was it Tiddy come across him for the second of the two shots that West Ham had. It just doesn't seem like he's organizing that defense as he used to. It's almost like he's lost that leadership quality, if that makes sense. Usually he's organizing that defense. There was so many times, especially if you look at their second goal, where it was a mess in the defense. This time last season, Milenkovic is organizing them up, getting them on point. I just think he's very, very low on confidence right now. I'm going to give him a 5. I didn't think he was that good today. Didn't think he was that good. Awareness is not awareness. Facts, Mark. Facts. Yeah, Jair Cunha, that Brazilian partnership could be the future. Who knows? Who knows? Milenkovic started pushing players and arguing lately. There was another one as well. It was very minor, but it was down the byline where he won the ball and then was desperate to keep it in play and just clipped it into the middle of the park to a West Ham player. And I'm like, Milenkovic last year, it would have smelt the danger and understood giving a throw-in was better so Forest could then just organize themselves up. So I don't know why he did that as well. There's just these little things that to me stink of someone whose head is a bit clouded, whose confidence is a little down. So I'm giving him a 5. You guys giving him a 6. This is the guy who was week in, week out last year, man of the match. We're like, oh, Milenkovic, man of the match again. Oh, Milenkovic. There's been a significant drop-off from last season. But you guys have gone a point higher than I did. Murillo, outside of his stupid own goal, I thought he was okay. I thought second half definitely better than the first half. It affected him when he scored. His head dropped for a few minutes and everything. Big up Marcus. Happy 2-year anniversary. You absolute legend. Much love, bro. So I don't really know how to judge him. I thought in the second half he looked very powerful, very strong. He went on this little run, but it was a clumsy run. He lost the ball. He won it back. He lost it again, won it back. And it just kind of summarized the whole game as a complete mess. It was a complete mess. Big up Colin as well, becoming a new member. So in general, I thought second half, he was much more on it. But even within that performance, there was still some silly errors that were happening. Where he excelled was his pace recovery. There was a couple of times in the second half where I can't remember who it was. It might have been Bowen. And Murillo just, boom, came straight across with the pace, got the tackle in. And that was the old Murillo, the proper Murillo in there. So I thought overall, despite his own goal, I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. I'm going to give him a 6 out of 10. 7 without the own goal, 6 for me with the own goal. You guys have gone a bit lower, 5.6. I think that's harsh. Now, if we'd lost the game 1-0, then Fez, I hear it. But his performance was better than a 5.6 for me, in my opinion. Okay, let's move on. While we are, please don't forget to hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe as well if you are new. Nico Williams. Now, Nico Williams struggled for the first 20 minutes of the half. I thought Bowen was getting in. He got doubled up as well with Kyle Walker-Peters. Struggled a little bit, but nothing crazy. In the second half, he was absolutely outstanding. He was unlucky not to score in the first goal. And I would blame Callum Hudson-Odoi for not helping out defensively too much when he was getting doubled up on. But he was just brilliant. He was brilliant. He was the only one, him and Dominguez were the only two players that actually looked like they gave a damn about the club that we love. And that's appalling from the rest of the players, and obviously brilliant from him. I think that second half, he changes the game. Everything we were doing was coming down that left-hand side because of him. Backward was stinking out on the right, and Hudson-Odoi was slowing the play down in front of him. He carried that left side pretty much by himself. I'm actually going to give him a 9 out of 10. I thought he was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. See what you guys did. Whoa. 7.7. All right. Maybe I'm overglazing him. It was a crap overall performance. But my point for me, the reason I've gone 9 is that he just stood out him and Dominguez was head and shoulders above everyone else. Above everyone else. Is 9 too generous? Is 9 too generous? Quick white or N in the chat. I know he's my boy, but I think a 9 is okay. If it wasn't against West Ham, it'd be a 9. Fair. A 9 is too generous. All right. Mixed. I'm seeing Ys, I'm seeing Ns. I don't care, man. I gotta hold on to something. What I will say, 7.7 is too low. You lot. Okay, let's move on to Anderson. He was probably close to being the worst player on the pitch outside of Bakwa. Anderson has been rubbish for the last few games. His passing was so poor today, but worse than that was the overplaying of possession. He was holding onto that ball. I think Rob mentioned it the other day, and I fully agree with him. He is holding onto the ball way too long, and there was twice where he got caught out and it created counterattacks. He is overdoing his hype. He needs to go back to being the humble, quiet, well-spoken midfielder that just gets on with his job. I get he got the assist with the corner, okay, but his general play, that corner, good corner, I get it. But I'm sorry, he's overplaying the ball. He's holding it on too long. His passing is way off. Way off. I'm going to give him... I want to give him a 4. I'll give him one more because of the corner assist. I'll give him a 5. But for me, it's a 4. It's a 4. So I don't know why I put a 5, but he could have cost us goals today. He got lucky. He got lucky on a couple of occasions. You guys have gone 5.1. I'm going a 4. I'm sorry. I don't think it was a 5 even with the assist. Because of the standards he set as well. I have to take those into account. Too much time. West Ham Fan TV, LOL. Basically, they're relegated in their heads. They're down, but we shouldn't be in this fight at all. We shouldn't be in this fight at all. Anyway, let's move on and let's talk about Dominguez. Over 1,000 in here, guys. Please do hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well if you are new. This guy was absolutely superb today. This guy was sensational. The only guy that pressed. I'm talking from like the attacking midfield perspective. Obviously, take Nico Williams out of the equation. Only guy who pressed. Only guys whose passes were good. The only guy who was battling around for me. And it's a couple of little silky skills as well in the middle. And of course, his header, I'm going to say he meant it. It was a nice flick header. But forget the header. It was the movement to get into the space. Goes into the goal, comes out around the post, finds the space, flicks it on. Lovely. There's nothing I can criticize about his performance today. The energy was there. The tackling was there. The passing was there. The goal was there. Like, there's nothing at all to fault about his performance. He was absolutely, it's between him and Nico Williams for man of the match. No one else even comes close. There's no competition between it. I'm going to give him a 9 as well. I'm going to give him a 9. If he's not in that midfield today, we stink out the house. In fact, I would go as far to say, as against Arsenal, either you start him, Douglas Luiz and Anderson, or you drop Anderson if you're sticking to a 4-2-3-1. And I don't think dropping Anderson is a bad thing to do. It gives Anderson a little slap around the ass. It wakes him up a little bit. And it gives Douglas Luiz some minutes. And it rewards Dominguez for a great performance. He was brilliant today. See what you guys do. Wow. 7.4. Trevor, your man of the match was Gibbs-White. Really? You nodded off, Greg. I don't blame you. It's so stinky. It's so stinky. What did you guys score him, man? Like, I think 7.4 is harsh. Nuno doesn't understand the penalty. He lost my respect completely. Or as he said, he wasn't buying it. He can hold that. That's what he can do. I think you got harsh on Dominguez. I think a lot of people don't watch what he's doing when he hasn't got the ball as well. But anyway. Okay, let's move on and talk about Hutchinson. I thought he was quite poor today. I actually think Hutchinson's performances have been deteriorating. I said it right, didn't I? Over the last couple of games. And I blame Dyche for that. Where Hutchinson is when he's just driving at fullbacks, taking them on. One, he gets caught too deep because we're having to play in such a low block. He ends up being behind Aina. He gives away the corner stupidly because he's trying to do a Cruyff chop instead of just clearing the ball. It's silly mistakes yet again that are giving it away. Now, do I drop him? No, because we got shit around us in the wing position. He's the only decent winger we've got. But as much as I love him, I cannot glaze the fact that over the last 2 to 3 games, I've seen a dip in his performance. And the worrying thing is, it's getting a little bit worse each game. So his instructions need to be quite simple. Take the ball, drive at the fullback. If you lose the ball, don't care. Go again, go again, go again. Look for the 1-2s. Use Gibbs-White. The other problem we have, guys, is we are not playing a 4-2-3-1. Even against West Ham, who are rubbish, we're playing a 4-5-1. And the problem is, when you're meant to have Gibbs-White in that cam position, and because Igor Jesus is playing so deep, there's no one to bounce 1-2s off for a winger. That's the issue here, because it's too deep. What you want is Gibbs-White where Jesus is, with Jesus higher up the pitch, which frees up a little space in the midfield to then bring the wingers in. That's the problem. Mark, it's exactly how Mark wrote. 4-5, ... and then 1 somewhere up. 7 is right. You were way off, Wolfie. I haven't scored him yet, bro. I haven't scored him yet. Cutting inside might give us a chance of a penalty, says Jay. Yeah, the triangles. Again, Dyche was going, oh, I invented football, didn't I? I'm from Dyche. It was fashionable. The basics of football that will never change are the triangles. This long ball bullshit, this long throw-in bullshit, this long ball corner shit is all bollocks, because the fundamentals that will never change in football is the shape of a triangle. You're taught it from 5 years old all the way through the ages, and it's about how well you can adapt the triangles. And we're not doing it. We're not doing it. Wolfie, you're so right about Hutchinson. He's playing too deep. He is, but that's the system that's forcing him deep. That's the system that's forcing him deep. Against West Ham, he should not be the last man clearing the ball to give away the corner. I'm giving him a 4. I'm giving him a 4. I actually blame him more for their goal than I do Murillo, if I'm being honest with you. You guys went 4.7 for him. Still over 1,000 of you in here. We've hit 35,250. You guys are absolute legends. If you're new here, say hi in the chat. Anyone who's tuning in for the first time, say hi in the chat. Say hi in the chat. Let's see how many new, and you old bees, don't you? I know who you are. Don't be rating hi in there. Carol says, I thought Gibbs-White was rubbish. I did too, and we're just about to speak on him. In fact, let's do the other winger first. Hudson-Odoi is terrible. He's Hudson-Odoi. Nice try, Jets. Nice try. Big up, Liam. Big up, Offworld. Say hi, Nuno. I knew you lot wouldn't resist and you'd say hi even if you were. Anyway, Hudson-Odoi. My biggest gripe with Hudson-Odoi this season, still carried on today. Doesn't take on his fullback. As soon as he gets the ball, he slows the tempo of the game. Still, even today, he slowed it down. I know he had that cutting shot that hit the crossbar, but you know what? Hitting the crossbar isn't even a shot on target. I didn't even react when it happened. You could see the trajectory of it. It wasn't going in. I just think he's more of a deterrent to the team right now than a hindrance to the team right now than a help. The problem is our wingers are so crap right now that he almost gets in by default. Exactly what Rich just said there. He's too predictable. You know he's going to slow the ball down. You know he's either going to cut in or he's going to lay it off to to Williams or to Anderson. It's too easy to see what he's going to do. I would actually, if you have to play Hudson-Odoi, I would put him on the right-hand side because that calls his bluff. That forces him to go down the byline because he's more right-footed than he is left-footed. It stops him from having the idea of wanting to cut in to take the shot. Wolfie is top 5 negative Forest fans. Thanks, Tom. I don't care if you think I'm negative. I've got plenty to be negative about. We're 17th in the league and we scumbagged a win against the shittest team in the league. You want to be positive about that, bro? You do you. And that's why I would play him on the right-hand side. Because then he has to go on his stronger foot on the outside, actually take a defender on. And yeah, I'm wondering if I'm top 5. Who the hell is more negative than me, man? I can't think of anyone. I'm insulted that I'm not given the number 1 spot. Daesh's tactics, the Scousers used to call it the Ale House kick and rush, but it's more like the Keystone Cops in slow motion. West Ham aren't the shittest team in the league. Spurs are worse. I stand corrected on that, I have to say. Correction. So yeah, so that's what I do. He's on the right. I wouldn't play him at all if we had more competent wingers because Bakwa absolutely stunk the house out. Absolutely stunk it out. I'm going to give Hudson-Odoi a 3. I'm just not rating him right now at all. You've given him a 4.8. On the right-hand side, he cuts in, does a Travola. Jeff, then you just hook him. But then again, Daesh doesn't know what the word sub means. Okay, let's talk about Gibbs-White. Yes, he got the match winner. Yes, there was you know what I liked about him today? Let me start with his positives. His work rate were really good defensively. There's a couple of times towards the end where he was the last man putting the tackle in and he did very well there. My other positive is that he actually put the penalty in. I don't expect anything from him anymore. So I was just ecstatic that it went in. My negatives about Gibbs-White is I don't feel like he influences the game. And what I mean by that is I want him to be the guy who controls the game. I want him to be the guy that is the guy. And he just doesn't control the game at all for me. There are moments, there's like 10 minutes or in a game, across the game, where you feel maybe he's influenced. Big up, Isaac. How you doing, Brian? Seen in here for a while. Rob Jones record for an apology after every Forest game continues. Check the Discord. I'll check it. Did he really get man of the match? What, Sky gave him man of the match? This is, in a way, this is a good thing for us. I think we should sell Gibbs-White in the summer. I think every manager that comes in is trying to design the team around Gibbs-White, and they are clueless on how to do it. If you want to get the best out of Gibbs-White, put him in the 8. He's not a 10. He is so far from being a 10, it's unreal. His work rates are good in the 8, and he still can't shoot. I would put him in 8. I personally would drop him. If I could go back and offer him to Spurs now, I'd say, look, 65 million and it's yours. But he got the goal and his work rates were good. I'm giving him a 5. but he's not the guy he thinks he is on that football pitch. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to say. You think he's a 6, not an 8? Maybe. You guys giving him 5.8. And then let's move on to Jesus. This one's a hard one to judge. I thought there were good things he did in his game. My biggest frustration with Jesus today is he was so isolated in that first half. It was embarrassing, the space between him and the midfield. Now, make that make sense when Forest at times were playing in a low block and the space between Jesus and, say, a Gibbs-White was at least 20 to 25 yards. There was times where he was bringing the ball down. And there isn't a Forest shirt within a radius of about 20 yards around him. It's crazy to see that if this is where Dyche's tactics need to be questioned. If you're lumping it up to Jesus, and what he is brilliant at is being strong and holding the ball up. The problem is there isn't that flow of Forest players trying to catch him up when he's holding the ball up. So why play it to him long? Because he's not doing anything he can't do anything with the ball. So he's stuck on his own. What he then does is he falls over trying to buy a free kick, because that's the football IQ he's got. He's got very good football IQ. The thing to do is, if you have no one there to pass to, fall down and try and pick up a free kick. I am more convinced now after tonight's match that if you were to drop Gibbs-White, put him in the 10, and then I know Callum Mwendo's going, but put him in front of him, then that space actually fills out better. Because then he doesn't always have to trap the ball. He could flick the ball on to Callum Mwendo, who's going. There's more options. He's a 10. He's not a 9. He's not a 9. I think he would be an outstanding 10. Big up to Minty, by the way, for becoming a silver member. Shout out to you. I don't know what to give him because he couldn't connect the play. I don't think it's his fault. I'm going to give him a 5. I'm going to give him a 5. 4-3-1-2, Jesus and Callum Mwendo up front. I hear it, Mark, but Callum Mwendo is gone basically tomorrow. Yeah, it'd work well with Wilson. Wilson would be a bad shout. Isaac says, yeah, exactly. I would definitely play Jesus in the 10 with another striker in the 9. I said it earlier on already. As long as that 9 isn't Taiwo, I don't mind. I don't mind. And it can't be Chris Wood, because Chris Wood drops in deep as well. You need a fox in the box. You know what we should have done, chat? I know it's going to sound weird. We should have got Vardy in the summer. Vardy is out in Serie A, I think, right now, and he's still banging in goals. And Serie A is renowned for being a defensive league. Vardy there in front of Jesus, that would be a really good partnership. It really. I don't know how many goals he scored now. Someone's going to tell me in the chat like 2. But I'll tell you what, on a free, Vardy knows the Premier League, would have scored goals. Vardy, I'm deadly serious. I'm deadly serious. Vardy would work really well in this system. Evan Ferguson would work well. He needs a proper striker in front of him. But I'm telling you now, if we could get hold of Vardy this January, I would do it. I would 100% do it. Jay-Z's working off Strand Larson. Samu would be perfect. Samu, he's going to be expensive. We are linked to him. Vardy would never play for Forest. I'm just saying it. I'm just putting it out there. All right. Let's see what you scored, Igor Jesus. 5.18. Shout out to you guys. Still over 1,000 in here. Much love to all of you. They tried him in 10 pre-season. It didn't work. I know, Tony, but it was with Wood. It doesn't work with Wood because they're trying to occupy the same space. Scored 4 goals, Vardy. There you go. I'm pretty sure he even got a player of the month in Serie A this season. Okay, let's move on from Igor Jesus. Is that such a crazy shout? We want Luca from Napoli. We've been trying to chase him for a while, Kitty. I don't know how serious that one's going to be. Okay, the subs came on. It was backward first, wasn't it? Appalling. Absolutely appalling. I just think he's not. Look, I'm not writing him off. I've seen this guy balling out in the French league. Ant's going to be in the comments at some point. It's a French league. They're rubbish. Farmers League and all that. I'm not writing him off. He needs a run of games. He's just come back from a long-term injury. But if I'm judging his performance today, he was absolutely rubbish. His passing was under hit. He wasn't anticipating passes into him. He was up there with Anderson as the worst player. For me personally. But I'm not writing him off because he is a good player. He just needs to adapt. This could be our Sangare signing where you got to give him 6 months to a year. Okay? Don't write him off just yet. Just trust me on him. I was right about Sangare. I'll be right about Bakwa. But if I'm judging him on this performance, he was utter crap. Utter crap. I'm giving him a 2 out of 10. He was terrible tonight. You guys have gone 4. Bakwa, I'm coming on after second half. None for second half. What? He got like it's never nice when you're the sub and you get subbed again, but it is what it is. Sangare got 3 years. I was eventually right. Chocker, you gotta give me that. I was eventually right. Okay. Let's move on to the final sub because, you know, Dyche loves making subs. Marasso came on. I thought he was quite physical when he came on. He instantly cleared with a header straight away coming on. He fouled one of their players in their half. Didn't mind that because it was further up the pitch. Not a lot of time to judge his performance because Dyche is a dickhead and doesn't make subs. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. He didn't really do anything wrong when he came on. You guys have gone about the same 5.1. And that brings us on to the manager. All I have to say is sack him. He is not worthy of being Forest manager, in my opinion. You know what, chat? All these Cluffy stories that he tries to say, I've never heard him talk about a personal Cluffy story. Like, I've interviewed Stuart Pearce, and for 2 hours, Stuart Pearce was telling us, and shout out to you guys that were there for that night, about Cluffy stories, about, you know, the personal relationship and everything. When we interviewed Big Norm, same thing, personal Cluffy stories, nicknames, and all of this. When you actually listen to what Dyche says, I'm not convinced Cluffy even knows who he is. I actually don't think Cluffy knows who he is. Because he never played under Clough. Why would Clough really care about him? And this is the thing. So it's actually starting to annoy me that he's tagging himself to Cloughy like he's one of the Miracle Men. Am I missing something? Has anyone heard Dyche talk about a personal story where Cloughy did something to him or told him that or whatever? By the way, yeah, Big Norm stories are. You know what? I love Stuart Pearce, one of my all-time favorite players. But Big Norm stories, I'll probably try and get him on the channel. Big Norm stories are like, he should be doing kids' bedtime stories. That's how good his stories are. Him, on the other hand, nothing. It's all PR spin to say that he's one of our own because Ange was saying he was still Spurs this and Spurs that. But that aside, tactically, he was pathetic today. I don't know. Here's my biggest issue with him. Apart from I've never wanted him. My biggest issue is I don't know what he's setting up on the pitch. I have no idea what the game plan is when I see the 11 men he puts out on the pitch. And yet he beat Nuno tonight. But you can't say to me that you couldn't see clear plans when Nuno was at Forest. How Nuno tried to create spaces, how he got the opposition to change their shape, to create holes in their defense, to create grass behind their fullbacks and stuff. I just don't know what he does. Sometimes in the game, the ball's being lumped forward. Then some phases of the game is just being whipped in for crosses. Every now and again, it's getting passed backwards. And that's it. I don't know what that tactic is. The long throw-ins that he invented, we've never scored from one of them under him. So I don't know why he's claiming that as his, he's got copyright royalties on. I just want him gone. I want him gone. And now that we're kind of safe, I would get rid of him now. There's a good crop of managers just been sacked. I don't think we can get a Maresca. Maybe we could get a Scammerim. I'll take him. But look, as long as I know at the end of the season he's getting sacked, come what may, and we're getting Marco Silva, I'll stomach it. I don't know if I can stomach another 16, 17 games of this crappy Dyche ball. Tactically inept, clueless on substitutes, absolutely clueless on substitutes. The fact that Nuno, who we complained about, all of us collectively for 2 years, was rubbish at substitutes, and that Nuno made substitutes more frequently today than Dyche did, tells you everything you need to know about what he's doing. I genuinely think he gets too caught up in the game that he forgets to keep an eye on the clock to make subs. I genuinely think that's the case with him. That could have cost us today. Luckily it didn't, but I don't know. I didn't like the team selection today, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to see a back three. I think that made more sense to me. Gave us more control in the middle. We got away with it. We got away with it. I'm not here with the Hawaiian top and the shades and everything like that. Even I can't be that shameless about that win. I'll take the 3 points, but I don't give him much credit for this. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do have an agenda against him because I don't want him, but I don't think there's a lot of credit due for him. It's not like he made a magical substitute when we were 1-0 down that changed the game and suddenly brought us to life and everything like that. I just thought he was poor. I'm going to give him a 2 out of 10. That's the lowest I've ever scored a manager who's won a game. Ever. You guys are giving him a 3.6. 3.6. Fez. Okay, so that's the players. Let's do the man in the match. Is there any more than 2 that you guys... That's too many? Or you lot, am I being harsh on him or not? Am I being harsh on him or not? I think it's between Williams and Dominguez, guys. I don't think anyone else deserves to be on the list. Yeah, maybe Murillo. Not harsh enough. All right, let's do the man of the match. While I'm setting it up, please hit the like button if you haven't already. Make sure you're subscribed. So let's go Murillo, Williams. Oh, I spelled it wrong. And Dominguez for me. All right, get your votes in. Why are you getting your votes in? How are we doing on the likes, by the way? How are we doing on the like? You get a cool football animation when you hit the like button, by the way. 373 likes. That is poor. With 1,000 in here, what are you lot playing at? Make sure you've hit the like button, guys. Okay, right now, Williams is way in the lead. Interesting. Murillo's on 3%. He did score the... We shouldn't have put him on there, should we? It doesn't make sense to. All right, I'll give you guys like 20 more seconds to get your votes in on that. And if we get crazy, if you guys get crazy right now and hit 500 likes, I may give Lawless a quick call. If you want me to call Lawless, make sure those likes are over 500. All right, 10 seconds left for you guys to vote. Do. 3, 2, 1. Your man of the match has gone to Nico Williams with 58% of the vote. I actually disagree. I would have given it personally to Dominguez. But I'm not, you know, hating that you're giving it to Nico Williams. All right, either I'm wrapping it up or I'm calling Lawless. What do you guys want me to do? I said 500 likes. We're on 415. You want to see me trolling? I need to see those likes. I need to see those likes. What can I say? Cool. You can't say call and then not have the likes up. Not have the likes up. Just call Lawless, says Mark. All right, I'll bring it down to 450. You can't call fairer than that. 450, I call Lawless. 500, I call him and I'll be shameless. That's your options. That's your options. We need 11 more likes. It ain't hard. It ain't hard. All right, I'm giving you guys 10 seconds. Otherwise, I'm calling it. We're on 443. All right, you've hit 450. All right, sorry, Lawless, bro. I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do this. Now, if he doesn't answer, that's not on me. Look at his pretty little face. He's not answering.
All right, mate.
Yo. Oh, you did answer.
Still right.
You're right. Yeah. I said to them if they got to like 450 likes, they wanted me to call you. I for the record, I didn't want to call you. You're right.
Diced in. We got diced. We've been diced up.
Is he getting sacked?
I don't know, man, because how do you give a manager like £45 million worth of players, how much them two strikers cost, and then sack him like a few days later? Like, it's weird.
Should I tell you how, bro? Should I tell you how? We gave him 200 million and sacked him a few days later. Like, that's a drop in the ocean.
Marinakis is a nutter. Like, what I'm saying is, like, Sullivan's like, right, if he loses the Forest game, we're going to sack him. But what we're going to do is give him these two strikers.
Bro,
like,
they were dusty, man.
What, the new guys?
Yeah. I didn't rate them, man. That's all, man.
Yeah, right. The thing is, what I told you, you was like, no, we can't break this down. We can't do this. Like, that first, did you see we had 5-foot Kyle Walker-Peters on the back post?
Man, I don't know how that looped in, but I'll take it, man. I'll take it.
Yeah, did you see Kyle Walker-Peters trying to jump and clear it? Like, my God. Like, this is what I'm saying. So, set pieces, we've conceded, and I think the little graphic in it proved it, we've conceded the most set piece in the league by far. So you always have a chance on set pieces.
I can't believe you conceded set piece to us, man. We're so bad at set pieces. So bad.
Yeah, but we're worse at conceding set pieces than you are at scoring them. You have to think. You know what I mean? It's like rock, paper, scissors or something.
Hey, I need to ask you, did you celebrate when you'd scored that quote-unquote second goal?
Yeah, we celebrated like crazy.
I need to go watch it, man. I might have to do a video reaction to it, man. Yo.
Somerville has never scored for West Ham, and it's been a big...
Yes, he has. He scored against Forest, you idiot, earlier on in the season.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
No, he won the penalty. I don't remember him. Did
he score?
He won a penalty.
Oh, did he? Chat will know.
Yeah.
Chat, did Somerville score at the City ground?
Wilson scored.
Wilson scored, yeah. Yeah. Who scored the third one?
Who else scored.
I think it was Somerville.
Yeah.
I remember he cooked us. He cooked us in that game.
Yeah, he cooked you. But it's what I'm saying. He cooks people, but he don't score. So he's finally scored it. We was going mad.
Oh, it's Bowen. Bowen scored the other one. Shout out, Colin.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what?
Yeah.
Like, the only satisfaction I took from tonight was Nuno doing the Mourinho celebration down the line, and then he got disallowed.
That was just... I felt so bad for Nuno tonight, man.
I didn't, man. I can't lie. That cleaned a bit of the slate for me.
Nuno, what do you mean? Nuno's the only manager that you've ever liked in, like, flying cup.
I liked O'Neill. Even though he was shit.
Right.
Yeah, Nuno, yeah, I did like Nuno, man. I like Cooper when we were in Championship, man, not in the Premier League.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, like, as I told you, man, it's just... I don't know why you felt was worried.
Did you see how shit we were?
Yeah, but you were. But we are worse. We are much worse. We're the worst team in the league right now.
It's the Spider-Man me and you, isn't it? It's pointing at each other, man.
That penalty, man. When that happened, like,
what was he thinking? I mean, I know a lot of people want to punch MGW in the face, man, but don't do it on the pitch. Seriously.
To be fair, though, his eyes were on the ball. Like, he was looking at the ball.
He still punched him, man. Don't try and scam out of that one, man.
Yeah, but don't put your face where keepers are going to put their fists. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to say don't put your face somewhere else, but I hear it. I hear it. Anyway, let me wrap up on this stream, bro. Yeah.
Man.
All right. Are you down? Are you down?
I think we're down, man. I think we're down here. Yeah. I think that's it.
All right. Hey, don't worry. Forrest will still give you a gift. All right, bro. I'll see you later, mate.
Yeah.
All right. In a bit.
See you later, man.
There you go, chat. You got your Lawless call. All right. I'm going to send you over. The only person I can see live is MHF. So go and say in there, FFTV raid. I may do a reaction video to their reaction because I need to see this, man. Their celebration on the second goal. But yeah, make sure you've liked, make sure you've subscribed. We'll see you for my thoughts for the post-match reaction tomorrow. Forest 1, El Crapico just. Come on, you Reds.